Hello and welcome to the Marina Show. I'm your host, Marina. Last time we talked about one agreement from this book. Now we're going to talk about the second agreement. Who remembers the first agreement? Anybody? Anybody that's been watching the Marina Show? Nobody watches it. Well, the first agreement was be impeccable with your words. What does impeccable mean? Being impeccable with your word means that you what? You are perfect with your words. Your words are without sin. They do not cause you to go against yourself, to speak against yourself, or to speak against others, because your words have the ability to create and the ability to destroy. You can destroy or create your own reputation, your own self-respect, your own worth with your words, or you can create them. Okay? So what we're focused on today on the Marina Show is that second agreement. So we said the first one, to living a life of personal freedom, happiness, and joy as a Christian, is to make the agreement to be impeccable with your word. The second agreement is, I will read it to you from the book. Don't take anything personally. That's just crazy talk. You take everything personally. Someone says this shirt doesn't look nice, of course I'll take that personally. We take everything personally, and we cause ourselves so much suffering when we do that, okay? What I want you guys to try to do is not take anything personally. And I know that sounds so super hard, but I want you to first try to remember with me why I'm saying this, okay? The reason I'm telling you not to take anything personally is because what other people do is actually not a reflection of you. What other people do has nothing to do with who you are. It has everything to do with who they are. The way people treat you, the words that people say, the actions that people do not have to do with you. They actually are a projection of their own reality. Let's try that one more time. The way that someone treats you has nothing to do with you. In fact, it is a projection of their own reality, okay? For example, girls. A lot of the time, other girls walk up to us and say to us extremely heinous, hurting, mean, disrespectful things, and we take it so personally. But it is a reflection of them and their own circumstance in their own life, okay? A lot of the times, I've talked about last episode something called emotional poison, okay? A lot of the times people have emotional poison within their own hearts, within their own spirits, and they just project that onto you. And if you take that personally, you are welcoming negative energy that you do not need, all right? So, for example, okay, you're walking in the mall and you run into one of your friends, and she's with one of her friends, and she's like, nice jeans, Marina. Did you buy those like 5 years ago? Well, that's not a very nice comment, is it? And I would look down at my jeans and be like, no, I bought them last year. And take that very personally and say bye to her and feel bad about my jeans, feel bad about how I look in my jeans, feel bad about my body, all because this one person said this thing against me. And I have taken it, what? Personally. Did I stop for one moment to consider what? To consider that whatever she said to me is actually a projection of her own reality. It could have very well been that she wanted to impress the guy or girlfriend that she was with. It could have been that she was extremely jealous of how I look in these jeans, and therefore she said that. It could have been that she was joking and wanted to make conversation. It could have been that she felt awkward about her own body and therefore is projecting it onto me. Okay? Me taking that personally is actually taking what she believes and making an agreement to that. And that's what I don't want you guys and gals to do, okay? So let's see how he says it. This author here, Don Miguel, he says this: nothing others do is because of you. What others say and do is a projection of their own reality, their own dream. When you are immune to the opinions and actions of others, you won't be a victim of needless suffering. Let's talk about that for a second, okay? What is being a victim of needless suffering mean? Sometimes we cause ourselves to suffer based on what other people have said to us or treated us. And there needs to be a stopping point, okay? You cannot let the way that someone treats you be an agreement for how you should treat yourself. You need to hold yourself in an own esteem, okay? People who are abused, people who are walked upon, people who are treated badly, the reason that they are treated badly by other people is because they allow it to happen. If you realize the way that someone treats you is a reflection of them and not of you, you will not allow yourself to be affected by negative behavior. If you realize that you are made in the esteem and the image of Christ, what someone says against your image cannot affect you because you are born in his image, okay? I will use Psalm 139 to substantiate this point. Psalm 139 says what? I will praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Okay? So David is praising God because he formed my innermost being. Okay? God is the one who has formed you. He has made you in his image. If someone speaks negatively about your image, that's their problem. That's when you're going to say, I am not going to allow myself to needlessly suffer because of the words that you are poisoning me with. Okay? So if we actually open this book, all right? So watch. For example, I see a friend and give him an opinion that just popped into my mind. I say, I think the color of your face looks like people who are going to have cancer. If he listens to the word and if he agrees, he will have cancer in less than 1 year. That is the power of the word. Okay? I just said this comment without even thinking about it. If you take it, you will actually allow it to shape you and shape your own potential. Okay? For example, in grade 11, I had an English teacher. Okay? As you know, I'm currently in law school, and everything I have to do has to do with writing and speaking. All right? I had an English teacher in grade 11 who said to me, Marina, writing is not your talent. You do not know how to write well. You use confusing words. Your sentences are not clear. You will always struggle with clarity. And she had also taught my sister, who's a very smart girl. And she said, your sister's going to do well in life because she writes well. You try to write like your sister, but you are unable to write like your sister. I'm sorry. I went home that night, audience of the Marina show, and I cried. Because I used to love English. I used to love writing. I love speaking for people. I love advocating for people in writing. This was so hurtful, these words. I decided not to listen. In grade 12, I took a course called Writer's Craft. Okay? And that is purely, it's not even English, it's purely about writing. And I had this amazing teacher named Miss Ratchford. And Miss Ratchford got an assignment that I did. She read it. She called me over. And she said the same thing the teacher before had said. She said, Marina, you're really struggling with your writing, but I see your potential. I see that you can become better at this, and I want to help you, okay? She gave me back my paper with the writing. It was red lines everywhere. Honestly, it looked like someone had just taken a red marker and colored it in. That's how many mistakes I had. She said, I see your potential. You are a smart girl. We're going to work at your writing, okay? And she started me from the very basics of writing. She made me erase any information or knowledge I had about writing. She would make me write sentences in class that were like, my name is Marina. I have a dog named Maggie, period. Because she wanted me to learn how to compose a sentence. And she worked with me until I developed a certain style of writing that still stays with me today. I ended up winning the Writer's Craft Award. I had the highest score in writing in my entire high school because this woman saw my potential. She created me with her words, okay? If I had taken what the other teacher had said personally to see it as a reflection of myself, I would have destroyed myself. I stopped what she was saying. I said, this teacher doesn't have the capacity to help me, so she's just going to criticize me. What she's saying is not a reflection of my potential, but a projection of her own reality, and I will not accept it. And then in the second stance, you guys could have said, okay, how come you didn't listen to the second teacher? That could have been a projection of her own reality. Well, my answer is the way you take what other people tell you has to do with how you view yourself. If you hold yourself in a proper esteem, if you know your worth and you know your potential, when people speak good about you, you will accept it. You will accept that positive energy. All right? So what the point of this show is today is to talk about the second agreement, which is not to take anything personally. Do not be a victim of needless suffering. Do not let someone's scampering words have an effect on you, your personality, and your potential. All right? We will see you next time on The Marina Show.